I hope this video helps. Please check out the playlist: Evidence for Christianity, Evidence for the Bible, End Times, and the Book of Revelation. I'll leave links in the description for all four. And I'm going to show you how I changed the spare tire here on my 2022 Chevy Suburban. I highly recommend getting to a safe place. This happened on the interstate, and I had a tow truck come get me and take me to the parking lot off the interstate before I changed it. So make sure you get to a nice, level, safe place to do this. Had this wonderful gem happen on the side of the highway. Alright, so first thing we want to do is set the parking brake. Over here, just hit the P. And there it goes, it's set. So to get the jack and the other tools, you need to go through the back here, open this up, then you're going to find the tools part right here strapped down. Then you'll just unstrap it and then pull that out. And the jack is going to be right here. Just reach under there, open that. There's your jack. You got to turn this down here just by hand. Turn it counterclockwise to get that piston to lower. And then it will lower far enough to get past this lip. Then come out. There we go. And the base of the jack just has some hooks down there that hold it in place right there, and just lift it off. So now that we have it out, we got to take off these, and this is the wheel chocks. So the owner's manual shows you to put the wheel blocks caddy corner to the tire that's flat. So that's a flat tire. That's where your wheel blocks will go to keep it from rolling forward or backwards. So I know I had the parking brake on, but I'm going to go ahead and use these wheel stops, shove them under each side of the wheel here. I'm using the passenger side rear tire. So for the spare tire, you're going to need to get your key out. So push this button right here to release the key. It comes out. Now let's go get the spare tire. So right here on the rear bumper is where you access the lift for the spare tire. The part that drops it down lifts it up. You can take a key and try to pop it off, or a flathead screwdriver if you got it, depending on whatever you have available on the side of the road. Get that in there, pop it open. Right there. You got to use your key to get this little lock out. It's kind of just a plug in order to get to the raising and lowering of your spare tire. So got that pushed in there. Alright, got the key in there. Just turn it and then pull it back, and it'll come out. Took a little wiggling, but yeah, there you go. Just an odd plug. And now we can lower down the spare tire. So now we're going to get a couple of rods from this toolkit here. Let's open it up, and then you got 3 rods, and then you got the for the bolt. So from these 3 rods here, you just need to take these 2 out. So we're going to connect these 2 rods together. There's a little button here and a hole on the other side that you want to line up. So got that, and it latched. And then now the open end, the square open end there, stick that in there, and then you'll feel it go onto something, and then you know you're on it. So it'll go on to the lowering and lifting device, and then just push in your little locking thing, and then yeah, then you can use that to turn it if it's too tough to turn by hand. So you turn that counterclockwise to lower it, clockwise to raise it up. So this is the mechanism, and this is what it looks like with the tire out. I'm going to show you that first. And see, when I turn it counterclockwise, lowers it, clockwise, raises it back up. Alright, so the spare tire is all the way to the ground. You want to leave some slack in this so that we can get that that mechanism that holds the tire in place out of there. So now that it's on the ground, pick it up, and then you can see this right here, and you want to put that up in there like that, and that's how you get it out. So now it's up and out, we can just remove it. Alright, so now that we got the spare tire out, I'm going to take the 3rd rod and go ahead and connect it. And then this is what will go into the jack when you turn it. So here's your jack, and this will go into that part right there, and then you can turn your jack to raise and lower the vehicle. If you want to support my channel, leave a super thanks below, or you can join Robinhood through a link that I'll leave in the description, and we'll both get a free stock. Continue watching. So there's your jack point on the front of the front driver's side of the Chevy Suburban, and then you can see kind of it's got a little cupped out area just for this jack. Now before jacking it up, you want to make sure you loosen up all these lug nuts first, because it will be next to impossible once it's jacked in the air to do it, unless you have somebody to push on the brakes. And if you need to, don't be afraid to step on the bar in order to get the lug nuts loose. Alright, got them all loose, and they just loosen up like any other screw, but you don't want to take them completely off. Now let's go ahead and jack it up, and then we'll take the tire off. Alright, got my jack and extension here, and I'm just going to be cranking it clockwise in order to jack it up. And if you need to, you can remove this rod and then just crank from this section. You don't have to have the whole rod sticking out if you don't have the room for it. Alright, I at least got it up high enough to get the old one off, and so I'm just gonna go and slide this off and see if I can get the new, well, not new, but get the spare tire on there. That was a workout to crank that thing up, but I think you're up for it. Well, not even close to high enough for the spare yet, so I need to jack it up some more. Spare's on there. That's how high I had to jack it up just to get that on. Alright, so I was able to get them completely tight without lowering it down any from this, but you may have to lower it down a little bit just to give the tire something to rub against so you can tighten up the lug nuts. Anyway, now I'm going to lower the car down. Alright, now don't forget to remove your wheel stops before you go moving again. Alright, all done, but the tire pressure is still going to read 0 because it's reading the sensor from the tire that blew out or went flat, which that's fine. It's not reading it from the spare tire. Who cares? Now we can release the parking brake, so push on your brake pedal down there and then push on this, and then park brake released. So the damage was so bad they had to replace the tire, and I got the new tire put back on the vehicle and we're ready to go. So I'm getting ready to put the spare tire back in. This is the way you want it to go in. So you got the inside of the tire facing up, and as you can see, that's the way it came out. You got the rub marks there against the vehicle. So I'd lowered this to where it was down on the ground all the way. You just snake it in there like that, and then you'll have to lift up the tire in order to get it to fall in the rest of the way. There you go, now we can raise it up. Alright, so that's how it looks with it snug, and I'm just going to snug it up a little more to make sure it's nice and tight against the vehicle. Not 100% sure on how snug to make it, but I got it up there. I got it to where when I push on it, it doesn't move at all. There's no movement from the tire, and you don't want it to move. So yep, we got it in, and now it's time to put everything away. So when getting this cover back on, just make sure that this little thing goes into its hole, and you got this that hooks into the back, so you got to hook that first and then push, and then these snap on the two corners there. So time to get the jack back in. I'm going to hook the bottom on those hooks down there. They got some holes that connect up with those. Just hinge it up. Uh-oh, don't have it out far enough, or don't have it in far enough, so just unscrew it to get it to go in until it fits underneath that lip. There we go. And then screw it back in to get it to go up. Screwing it clockwise until it kind of gets a snug hold there. There we go. Nice and snug. So to get this back in, the top of it just has some hooks. I hold on to the screen filter down here at the bottom to keep it from falling forward and getting in the way. So just hook in the top and then push against the snaps and get them to take hold. And just flip this closed and we're done. Woo! If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. And if you want to connect with me, I have a public group on MeWe called Share Your Trade, and I have an Instagram. I'll leave links to those in the description. Thanks for watching.